The JetSet podcast is back. We are here. We are talking about the Jets' new staff. We finally rounded it out. Um, it's a Super Bowl week too. Kendrick just won Grammys. Andy's performing at the halftime show. Should be a good one. Lock in with us. Ready.
Ready,
Jet
jet
set.
set,
Go.
Go, 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 go. No to the mall.
Loud one down the right side at the goal line, leaping attempt. Oh, it's free ball. Oh, it's a jet
Never too
touchdown.
knows. Pack my bags and go, 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 go. Serve me a brick at the stove. Looking like a track in the post. Go, go, you go, 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 you go, go.
From the hills to the moon. Yeah, baby, yeah, we go like don't go. Yeah, in this world, everything's so more. Yeah, behind this wall, there is no photos. Jump on this bitch, go, yeah. Across my neck, yeah, go. Watch how you go, hey, yeah, Ocho. I need some more, hey, yeah, pronto.
Jumped out the coupe with the black inside, you look like I'm racist. Smoking cookie in Atlanta everywhere, you would think I'm recreation. You already knew we made it, we ain't even gotta say shit. Some of the trap was lick, some of the trap was vacant. Junior say I'll bring the pay out, bring the pay out. Nigga wanna talk, we bring the pay out, spray now. They gon' walk right in that.
What it do? What it do? It is your boy Brent, aka Take Flight _ today. Joining me each and every week, my dog Allen, aka NY Jets Planet, and we are here again going into Super Bowl week, the last week of the NFL. It's been a long season. I feel like the Jets season has been over for a long time, but it's officially over this Sunday as the Chiefs take on the Eagles for the second time in 3 years. The Jets, though, we are rounding out our staff, our coaching staff. Our general manager is still making moves in the front office, but Aaron Glenn has been wheeling and dealing and getting his people in the building. Coming into this Super Bowl week, Alan, how you feeling about the Jets moves they're making, and how excited are you for the season to officially be over on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think I've said it before. I feel like the Jets season ended a very, very long time ago. I feel like it was almost over before it even started, honestly. The moment Salah was fired, it was all that season was over. But it's a new day.
Yeah.
We have Glenn. We have an offensive staff now. We have a defensive staff. We have a special teams coach. So at a high level, we're just about filled up. Pause. But we got some good coordinators in there. Most notably, we got Tanner Inkstrained. We got Steve Wilkes. We got Chris Banjo. Honestly, I think there are some exciting names. I think especially with Tanner and Banjo, they're both more up and coming coaches. Banjo's with the Denver last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually had, if I'm not mistaken, the number one special teams in the league.
Yeah.
Tanner was the pass game coordinator for, I would argue, the number one offense in the league.
Oh, yeah.
So, those are really up and coming. And then you had Steve Wilkes, who wasn't really employed last year, but the year before, he was a part of the top three. I would argue the top defense in the league with the 49ers in 2023 at that point.
Yeah.
And they went to the Super Bowl. So, there's a lot of potential there. I like it from a high level. I do worry a little bit about the freshness of it. I think Wilkes was a really good hire because it allows Glenn to really take control.
Yeah.
But
a
lot of freshness. Let me say that. I guess you call them freshmen.
A lot of first timers.
Yeah.
It's
Glenn.
And I agree. I mean, Glenn did surround himself with some experience as far as the Wilkes and even Banjo. He was a special team guy in Denver. So bringing people on. Banjo was with Sean Payton, so was Glenn. So they share that connection as far as like mindset goes. But yeah, no, Aaron Glenn is putting together his staff, and I mean, it's hard for Jets fans not to be a little excited because, like you said, we're bringing on somebody from the number one offense in the league. We're bringing on somebody from the number one special teams in the league previously. So we have a lot of fresh, innovative minds in that coaching room. So it should be fun to watch. But yeah, no, we are rounding out that staff pretty well right now. So I'm excited to see how it looks. Hopefully our players can buy in. Um, uh, Garrett Wilson, I hope he buys in. Aaron Rodgers, I hope he buys in too. I hope everybody buys into this coaching staff because this is gonna be our guys for the next few years unless something crazy happens and Brick Johnson wants to you know take over again. But we'll see.
Yeah. And actually, why don't we pull up who we have for staff right now? So this is currently what we have from a coaching staff perspective. And we mentioned the three main guys: offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams. I don't know. You don't really call him a coordinator, but special teams coach.
Yeah.
And then here are the other names. Some holes to still fill. We also got Scott Turner, who many believe might even take the offensive coordinator role, but he's taking the pass game coordinator.
Okay.
I really like this hire. And the reason I will especially note is that this is the I don't want to call it like the greatest, but it's a really good tight end class. And Scott worked with the number one tight end last year, Brock Bowers, who I know fans actually wanted last.
Oh yeah, I did. That's cool though.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look,
cool.
I'll say like you look back at it, like in hindsight, I still say it's the right move.
Yeah.
Bowers is a great player. I don't think anyone was doubting that. But right now, it seems like tight end is going to be easy to fill. Offensive tackle would have been like let alone 2 offensive tackle spots.
You're right.
Almost impossible. There's no offensive tackle in free agency that you would want. Like I saw an article where it named Tyron Smith as a top 2 option, and we already know how that went last year. So there's not really any free agents. You do have some draft options, but it's not a deep offensive tackle draft. And do you really want to draft 2 rookies to start this year? That was our whole argument last year about not drafting off tackle. We didn't want one starting right away, but they got to start at some point. So I think we're in the right spot right now to really take that next leap. So I'm excited to see, especially because we also have I think you say Steve Hayden. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, Steve Hayden.
That's a new offensive line coach who was actually the tight end coach with the Lions, who he helped develop Laporta. So I think we have a really good 2 guys that work with some really great tight ends and watch them develop. Especially they developed right away. So
I think Hayden was a former player. Was he not?
Yes, he was also he was a former player as well.
I love the player coach like mindset that we're like kind of instilling here too.
I think it definitely in my opinion, it always goes well on the players themselves. Like I feel like those are the guys the players typically gravitate to, just because like they understand it, even if they weren't like an all-star like a Glenn. But just having knowledge of the game in the sense of like I've played it, I've been in your shoes. I think that perspective always helps for players, especially unless you're just a very accomplished coach like an Andy Reid. It helps for those guys that may not be as accomplished just yet. So I think those type of guys will always get the respect of the locker room.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love, like I said, players coaches are always. I'm always for players coaches. I'm looking at Aaron Curry down there too. I remember when he was playing. I feel like that was a great linebacker coach addition for our young, core of linebackers as well. So, especially if we might lose CJ Mosley, I'm not sure. Like the verdict is still out on that. So, having a players coach that just recently was playing in the league as your linebackers coach to lead our young core linebackers is pretty exciting for sure. So yeah.
Oh yeah, especially with us going with a more aggressive scheme.
Yeah.
I really like it. Was one thing that I think I hated about Salah's scheme. Like he utilized Quincy well, but I think there was a whole level that could be unlocked. Like I don't understand how you have a guy that fast and you don't have him as a pass rusher at all. So I know Glenn's a very aggressive guy. I know Wilkes is a very aggressive guy. I would love to see them utilize some of that skill set a little bit more. Not just him, but just make sure you utilize everyone. You don't want guys to be. Well, let me see, guys. You don't want teams to be predicting our team at all. Like you don't want to predict. Like I could predict our defense very well with Salah. Like I can predict it because we were very vanilla, and it was just like we're just gonna outplay you guys. Like, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It puts a lot of pressure on the corners. It puts a lot of pressure on just the guys in general to just keep performing at this really high level.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would be nice to just have some things that are just schemed into great plays. So I hope we see that, especially with this new staff.
Yeah, for sure. And I love when we have like a I guess a trend. Like whenever we get a new head coach, it's hard for teams to adjust to that new defense that we come in. Like when Rex came in, our defense was balling. When Salah came in, our defense was balling. When Bowles came in, I feel like our defense was doing well too. It's hard for teams to kind of go off of last year's film when we have a new coach and new scheme. So I can just envision our defense coming in this year, flying around the place and making plays right off the bat and getting right back into that mode that we are used to seeing them in. So AD's gonna bring that fire. So I'm ready to see it. And I'm ready to see Sherwood, Quincy, going crazy. Our whole defense going crazy. I need Sauce pick six in my life.
Especially when you go to a more aggressive scheme, I think you get more picks in general.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm excited to see who we fill that other corner spot with. I guess that can be something we talk about like in the future. But it's going to be interesting to see like some of those small holes that we will have to fill, on the team.
Yeah, and I wonder what sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good,
Yeah, like I wonder what Glenn's philosophy is on that. Like, does he bring guys that he already knows? Does he bring back guys that already had, like a Reed or Eccles? I don't even know if they want to be back, but I know they were loved by the fan base. Or does he even go I don't want to say the risky route, but I think the more riskier route is just being like, I'm gonna trust a guy like Stiggers, who was a rookie last year and really wants that spot, and I'm gonna just develop him to get there. Like, I don't know where Glenn's leaning. I'm sure he's not leaning anywhere yet. It's way too early. I doubt he's looked at all the film yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how he handles that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind keeping Eccles. I feel like Reed is already on his way out. He already like kind of said it. So we're just waiting on that to happen.
I kind of expect him to be a 49er.
Yeah, that was
Salah.
Yeah,
I don't see him going to Atlanta because I think he really wants to try to win.
Yeah.
So I think I can see him going with Salah to the 49ers.
That would be. I mean, hey, whatever. He can go over there. I don't think he'll play the Niners for another 4 years anyway. So
yeah, it's true.
Unless we
see him in the Super Bowl.
Unless we see him in the Super Bowl. Look, now we're doing Super Bowl takes. Now we're already talking about that.
I will say, overall, I do think a lot of fans need to temper their expectations a little bit. I know I've seen a lot of fans really talk about like, we should push for. And I'm not saying we shouldn't put. We should always push for. If you're not playing, if you're not playing to get there, you're like, what's the point in playing? So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think we should be playing to get there. But with a new coach, like especially a new head coach, first time offensive play caller, first time special teams coach. I know Wilkes is a little bit more established, but it's a lot of stuff that is changing. Having a Super Bowl expectation is a little bit
Mm-hmm.
hard.
Yeah. It's yeah. I just want a winning record. I just want
Yeah,
I just want 10 wins. You know.
that's fair.
So yeah. I mean, we have a question in the chat. Shout out James Woody. You know what I'm saying? Woody, rocking everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Was this CJ's last season as a Jet though?
I'm assuming you mean CJ Mosley.
Yeah, CJ Mosley.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, okay. If I had to give you an answer, I say I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, and I say no because I feel like he's not an ego guy, right? Like we saw Reed kind of come out and say, "I'm ready to test free agency, bro. I'm ready to see what else is like, what else is out there for me." CJ, I feel like he was waiting to see who the head coach was. He was waiting to see what the new regimen was going to look like. And I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he does stay or if he tries to stay. Um, AG seems like the type of person who would want a CJ Mosley on his team. So if anything gets figured out as far as that goes, I see CJ coming back maybe for like one more season, maybe just to make a run with the team, and then he'll be gone like Bart Scott was. He made a run with us and then he kind of diminished out of nowhere. Same number. So yeah, I see CJ. I see CJ coming back for another year. Hopefully, if not, Team Jamie, my boy, Team Jamie.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add to that. I don't really think you save any money by cutting him, to be honest. Like I'm looking at it right now. You literally don't save any money if you cut him.
Mm-hmm.
Now like you have 16 million in dead cap if you cut him this offseason. Like in my opinion, like his contract's 8 million. Like, yeah, is he a little bit overpaid for what he probably is at this point in his career? Maybe a little bit, but I think what he brings as a leader can't really be taught.
Yeah.
At very minimum, I would just like him in the building, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously as long as he wants to be here. I always love CJ. Like I think like he was with us when we were down. He did everything he could to help us get back. Well, I don't even know what back is, but he tried to. He really did try to get like, and he was a part of our defense really transforming, in my opinion. Like our defense was garbage years before Salah came. So I don't really think CJ is one of those guys, especially when you don't like. It'd be one thing if you save like 8 million in cap. Like, all right, yeah, CJ's probably gone at his age. But you're not saving anything in cap. It's not like there are guys his age that don't still play great. Like Bobby Wagner was just out there. I don't know how he's doing it, but Bobby Wagner was out there doing it with the Commanders.
Yeah, no, he's one of them ones. He's one of them ones. CJ is one of those guys too.
Yeah. Those are the type of guys you want to keep around, especially when they have the type of leadership and personality that they have.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I love to see him back. I would hope it's not his last season, for sure. So, yeah, shout out CJ Mosley, man.
Yeah, shout out CJ. I love CJ.
Shout out Captain. Shout out Cap.
Yeah. Although I think the hard part is that like you don't really expect him. You don't really expect him to start just because of the emergence of guys like a Jamie Sherwood.
Yeah.
You got Quincy already. And granted, again, everything is scheme dependent, but I'm curious how that rotation would look like if you did keep him. I mean, I doubt he'd want to stay here just to be a bench player. Especially not a full-time bench player.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be some type of rotation, to get him out there a little bit more. But Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess outside of our new coaching staff. Oh, by the way, I'm glad we kept Sean Jefferson too. Love him as a wide receivers coach. I feel like that's big for guys like Garrett
Yep.
and Devontae.
Yep.
Uh,
Even
player.
Lazard.
Yeah, yeah, and
Lazard,
Lazard.
I mean, outside of drops, Lazard's always been bad at drops. But Lazard did have a lot better of a year this year than he did the previous.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, Sean Jefferson, he's one of those guys that like you want to keep around because he connects with the players very much, and he's just a good coach.
Yep.
He's a very good coach. So I'm glad we kept him too. But anything else you have to say, or you want to say about the coaching staff before we get into our uh you know Super Bowl last game of the year? Hype train.
Uh, yeah, nothing left. I think the only thing I will say is that you talked about like a new coach and new scheme kind of changing the defense. Also,
Yeah.
just want to reiterate that that also happens on offense too. Like we're getting a brand new scheme, brand new passing coordinator. Like defenses won't necessarily know what to expect as long as we actually stay to this new scheme and Rodgers just doesn't do his own thing. Defenses won't know what to expect, and I think that in itself will help the offense next year.
Yeah.
So I think that's something to be excited about. Even if you're like, I don't trust this guy, I think no one, like literally no one in this league knows what to expect out of him. Like
Hmm.
you don't even know if he's going to be more of a Ben Johnson guy with this play call scheme, or
Yeah.
he might like I know his roots are in the West Coast scheme, so he might go back to his roots. You don't really know what to expect there. So I think
Hmm.
that in itself would probably make defenses a little worried because you're like, I don't know how to play this. There's no tape you can really watch.
Yeah. I mean, like what I envision us, us kind of starting off as is a team that nobody can really predict how we're gonna look, and that's a good thing. People aren't gonna be able to scheme off of last year's film because we have a whole different coaching staff. If we come in here and what we're doing works, we're gonna start off with early success. It's gonna be if we can maintain that success throughout the season. But you know, a staff like this that's being orchestrated, um, it is definitely encouraging. To when you think about the start of the season and how teams aren't really going to know how to play us. So I hope the football guys give us a favorable start to the schedule. Less primetime games. Let's chill out on the primetime games because
Yeah,
unless they're Thursday night, but the
honestly, I'm
primetime
cool
games.
off of that too. I love me a Sunday 1 o'clock game.
Yeah,
If I'm gonna
Sunday,
be
Sunday, 1 o'clock.
disappointed, I want to be disappointed early. I don't want to be
Yeah,
disappointed at night. That should be
yeah.
depressing. I'm trying to go to sleep.
Everybody's watching. Yeah, like it was so many times this year where I went to sleep sad. I
Yeah,
was like, it's like I waited all day just to go to sleep sad, and I'm just like, they set us up. They set us up with this, with
they
all
did
these
set us up.
like 6, 7 primetime games. Seriously,
Yeah,
and then
I remember I asked for like a couple. I ain't asked for 6, 7.
yeah, come on now, like
I was like,
it's
whoa,
like
whoa, hold
Aaron.
on.
It's not like Aaron Rodgers played the year before. Y'all just saw
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers was healthy and just gave us 10 primetime games.
Yeah, in
Let's
back-to-back
relax.
years too. Like right
Yeah,
after we already failed the first time, you're gonna give it to us again. I was like, come on, like
come on,
let's
relax.
prove it a little bit.
Yeah,
Let's get
like
flexed into it, if anything.
yeah, yeah. I got yeah. Give us the least amount. Give us maybe 2, 3. I know we're already playing in London. I think so. That's gonna be. I actually don't mind the London games because those are early, and people might miss that. But people people might sleep through the first half of that one. We're gonna be up watching it, but people
Yeah,
might sleep through that. But just relax on the primetime games, Goodell. We're not. Let us get there. You saw what happened last year. Just relax on us. Let's fly under the radar. All right.
somebody tell Brick.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Somebody
don't.
get the information to Brick
We,
Johnson.
we don't.
He's
We
the
don't
one
need
really
that.
running the show.
We don't. We really don't need that. I mean, if we do get primetime games, this is gonna be
I'm not doing this.
I need one.
yeah. Don't give us primetime games. Don't give us too many. Flex us in a couple. But I'm good off of that. But going into this week, Super Bowl week, Chiefs versus Eagles. All right. I'm gonna, you know, kind of squint my eyes and pretend that it's the Jets in the Super Bowl when I'm watching the Eagles because they have on green. So, I'm gonna imagine a little bit.
Are you sticking by who your prediction?
Who's my prediction again?
I think you said the Chiefs last time.
Yeah. I'm sticking by it. The Chiefs.
Okay.
Chiefs are gonna win. Chiefs are gonna three-peat. All right. Chiefs are gonna three-peat. Travis Kelce is going to propose to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
And he's gonna retire, and he'll launch whatever brand he has going for himself going forward. All right. That's what's gonna happen.
I saw another theory, and actually, this would actually make everything great. I heard a theory that the Eagles win on a tush push, and I was like, I can't get that out of my head now. Like, I think that would be hilarious if the Eagles went on a tush push. And you got Chiefs fans just all mad because it's like, oh, they can't win like that. And it's like, oh, they can't win like that.
Oh, that would be insane.
That honestly, it would be hilarious. I would love to see Saquon get a ring.
Me too.
I would love to see like Saquon get like 4 touchdowns, and then the tush push being like last second touchdown. That would be hilarious.
That would be crazy. Like they kind of like are wasting time. They get to the one tush push.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That would be amazing.
Game.
I would love to see the Chiefs lose like that. If the Chiefs do lose, let me say, I would love to see them lose like that.
That would be insane, to be honest. Yeah, I have. Are you making any sports bets this Sunday, or are you chilling out?
I was back and forth. I don't know yet. I tend to not bet when the Chiefs are playing because I typically lose money. Like honestly, literally, the only time I've ever won bets on a Chiefs game is when I bet on the Chiefs. I don't feel like betting on the Chiefs this year. So
yeah,
I might do like a parlay, like a Saquon parlay, and a Kelce parlay, just because I feel it. Like a little Saquon Travis mix. I could see that.
Yeah, Kelce always goes crazy. Like for whatever reason, he can have 3 bad games in a row, but in the Super Bowl,
it's like the playoffs alone, like playoffs, Super Bowl, he's a different guy.
He's going crazy. I'm definitely putting in some prize picks or some sleeper bets. I'm gonna have what is it? I got AJ Brown for 5+ catches.
Oh,
that's AJ Brown 5+ catches. Devontae Smith 50 yards.
Oh gosh. No.
Devontae 50 yards. He might get 50 on one pass. What else? I have Xavier Worthy.
Wait, on Trent McDuffie?
Oh yeah.
Nah, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And Trent's different, bro. He's different.
Trent's good, but he can only go on one person.
He got that Mickey D's in his name, but bro, he's different.
he can only go on one person.
Yeah, but that person gonna get locked up.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. He hasn't lost a playoff game.
Yeah, he's been in the league 3 years. He's been in 3 straight Super Bowls. That's actually insane.
He hasn't lost a playoff game. That's
actually insane. That's so lucky, isn't that? That's like the luckiest position to be in.
Yeah.
3 years
left. I was like, their defense might take a step back. Nah, he's different, bro.
Nah, ain't no steps back.
I wouldn't bet against. I see that stuff like that. Like I wouldn't bet against him specifically. And honestly, AJ Brown, great player. Devontae Smith, great player. There's no hate against them. I mean,
Yep.
different, just different. I like, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes like there's certain things you just can't scheme against, especially when you have the refs on your side. And the Chiefs definitely got the refs.
And,
on
oh
their side.
yeah, and that too. That's been like a public thing like the last week, like the refs and Goodell talking about the refs. I feel like the refs are gonna try to make a statement that we're not on the Chiefs side. So that's why I'm saying it's gonna be
They've been saying that all year. We're
they're
not on the
gonna
Chiefs side, and the Chiefs keep getting the benefit of the calls.
they're gonna let the game play out. Maybe towards like when it gets chippy towards the end, that's when we might see like a few flags. But the last time these
BS flags, but every time where like the game is on the line, the Chiefs are gonna get the benefit of the doubt.
we'll
That's
see.
how games go. Like you
We'll
can you
see.
can
I
beat
mean,
the
yeah,
Chiefs,
you're right.
you just cannot let it be up to a flag. Like you cannot let it. Like even if you give it any sort of margin of error for a flag, they will get it.
Yeah, inside the 40, it should be no flags thrown. Okay,
Yeah.
just let them play. All right,
Yeah,
you can get them to the 40 with the flag, but after that, you better just let them play. But I mean, I still have the Chiefs winning. I also have Mahomes for 2 touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. I got Kareem Hunt to score on. I have the Kareem Hunt to score on another slip. Um,
Cream
I got
Hunt.
I got huh?
What about Pacheco?
Uh, so Pacheco, I played the down card on him. I just have him for 25 combined rushing and receiving. Because I don't
Like under?
just 25 yards combined, and then that's it. He just needs to get
So if he
25.
gets it, then
Yeah,
he,
yeah, yeah.
I think
I don't know, man. He's
Nah, you gotta
been
understand. Andy
like
Reid.
in the Super Bowl. That's when he's gonna come alive, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
The way Andy Reid works is that like the guy you least expect it to be comes a lot. Like last year, and honestly, last year was Kelsey because Kelsey wasn't really that involved in the playoffs. That was the most because he didn't have to be, but
hmm
he wasn't really that involved in the playoffs. And then Super Bowl comes a lot like big moments and stuff
yeah,
like that. I don't know. I wouldn't put Pacheco out the way, especially he has the experience.
yeah. No, he does. He does. But if the Chiefs get inside the 5, that's gonna be all Hunt. Watch, it's gonna be Hunt scored. He scored a touchdown the last 3 games in each playoff game. He scored a touchdown. So
Oh yeah, that sounds like a trap by the NFL.
yeah. You're right. You're right. It does. It does sound like a trap. It does
Yeah,
sound like a trap.
I remember a couple years ago, Brees had like it was last year. It was I want to say it was the Patriot game, if I'm not mistaken. It was like the 3 games before that, Brees had like between like it was like 80 to 100 yards, and then
Yeah.
the prop for Brees's like over under it was like 15 yards. I was like, what? Like, of course he's gonna get 15 yards. And then he had
Yeah.
like 14. It was something like that. Like he
That's
had
crazy.
like just under, and I was like, come on, there's no way, bro.
That's crazy.
Like
See.
there's traps in these props.
Yeah, no, there be some traps. That's why I'm putting in multiple slips. If I didn't give advice to any betters, go ahead, put in multiple slips. You know, like don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread it out. Spread it out. You know, I actually have one slip where I have Devontae for 100 yards and Kelsey for 80 yards. Just a two-legger. You know,
Sometimes you gotta go for it all, man. I saw someone they did a slip, Harrison Butker for MVP, and I was like, like I was like, and part of me was to say no way, but if he does, like, he put $10 in and it wins $20,000. So I was like, you know what? If he does like hit like a game winner and they give it to him, oh my gosh, that has to be an amazing feeling.
What if he scores all the Chiefs points or something?
Yeah, like something like that. Like he scores all the points. Like everything is just field goals.
Bro, and all that would suck.
Especially if he wins on like a 60-yarder. I feel like you do have to give it.
Yeah, no, at that point you would you would have to, but like that would Vegas would make so much money though.
Oh my gosh. That would be honestly
imagine
insane.
an all Chiefs field goal Super Bowl.
Yeah, but the Eagles are really great defense. So you can't
very great, yeah.
Pass, like
You're
stuff
right,
like that happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, somebody who didn't have great defense this summer was the rapper Drake. and we are gonna see Kendrick in the halftime show. All right.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's 5
the,
Grammys.
the man is holding up 5 Grammys for a diss track, which is insane. Do you think that he performs? They let him perform Not Like Us?
I don't think they're just gonna let him perform it. I generally think that might be the whole set, just a repeat.
Bro, it's no way. It's no way that's gonna be the whole set. I, I feel like it has to be the last song though. You know.
After the lawsuit, I would play it at least 3 times.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't even he doesn't care. He doesn't care at all.
No. He wants you to think that. I'm telling you, after the lawsuit, like if you think it was bad, I generally do think I wouldn't put it past him playing it. Like I would say at least twice, just to make sure. Like if you think like if Drake, if you weren't watching it, you're gonna like he might do it in the beginning and the end, just as an F you to Drake.
Yeah, I feel like the first time he goes through it, once he gets to the A minor part, start over, and then yeah, just like how he did at the pop-up concert he had, just like
Yeah.
he has to get his boys like up there dancing to it. Like I don't know, man. Like people are saying that they're not gonna let him perform Not Like Us. Like they don't want to put that out
They let
there.
him perform it at the Grammys. I mean, he didn't perform it at the Grammys, but they
Yeah.
was playing it at the
They
Grammys.
played it at the Grammys, and this is a Grammy nominated song. He's gonna sing the song.
Yeah, like they're
He's
not
gonna,
gonna
he's
stop.
gonna rap it. Yeah, that's and everybody knows that song.
They were playing back to back in the NFL stadium. I don't want to hear this shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
It was
Yeah.
like that's what I don't like. Like we was literally like I remember in Philly they were playing back to back. Like come on, bro. Like that was highly disrespectful. You go like in Philly, that's disrespectful.
Kendrick is going to perform this song, and it's going to be epic. And I mean, honestly, Not Like Us can be applied to many things in life. Okay, and this is an underdog song. Okay, this is a song that speaks on the trials and tribulations of people from uh uh uh, more lesser neighborhood. This speaks on pretenders that try to make fun of people, and this is what happens. Like you're not like us. Like you're not us. And I mean, this song has a message. It has a deeper meaning than the diss track. So if we really want to think about it like that, this isn't just a diss track. This is a
Well,
this
like
is a
I think he
staple.
used Drake as a picture of like that message, but it's not necessarily just Drake. It's like you're symbolizing, like to him, it's like you're symbolizing all the stuff of like you're not like us, pretty much. And
Yeah.
go down the list like pedophilia.
Yeah.
That was number one.
Plagiarism.
Yeah, like plagiarism. Like it's like trying to be a part of a community that you don't necessarily fully. I don't know how to explain. Like you didn't grow up with, and you don't necessarily relate to it as much as you say you do.
Right.
And I'm not saying that necessarily is Drake, but that's kind of how he's calling out Drake. So,
Yeah. And it's like it's a song with multiple meanings. All right. I mean, and it has a lot of very good, metaphors and innuendos that underlying messages, the A minor part, very clever, very clever. So NFL, I don't want to hear we're not gonna let Kendrick play this song, because even if y'all didn't want him to play this song during the Super Bowl, he's gonna do it anyway. So
that would just be fun.
Yeah, I'll just do it anyway. Like whatever, like all the dancers, like once they're all gone and doing all that stuff. Yeah, mustard.
And then, actually, matter of fact, if the NFL told me no, I would do it, and I would take a kneel while the anthem plays. The national anthem. I'm not gonna lie. That's when the NFL probably would literally send some security out there.
Oh yeah. People are getting squared off after that if that happens. But we kept it short today. Little 40-minute episode. closing thoughts going into the Super Bowl. We can do score predictions really quick if you want to before we head off. What do you feel like the score is going to be with the winner loser score? Yeah, let me hear it.
I think both have great defenses.
I do.
I'm gonna go. Blah 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 blah. Let's go 24-21. I'm gonna still go win off a touch push. Yep.
24-21. Went off a touch push. Okay. Eagles. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna say.
Sorry, 23-21. 23-21. I thought about it. You don't really do the extra point.
Okay, so this is you're saying like a buzzer beater touch push.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. That's exciting.
Just for the drama.
Yeah, that's exciting. All right, I'm gonna go. Chiefs have been balling in the playoffs. They've been putting up points. I'm gonna go. Chiefs 30, Eagles 27. 30-27. It's gonna be some field goals kicked. It's gonna be some touchdowns scored. Yeah. 30-27. KC, three-peat. Kelsey, proposal. Taylor Swift. Kendrick, not like us. That's my prediction. All right. But yeah, no, appreciate y'all locking in with us. Who we got here? Oh yeah, what's up? What's up, Hector? My dog.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, no, appreciate y'all locking in with us, man. It should be a good Super Bowl. Fortunately, it is the end of the NFL season coming up, but it should be a good game. It should be a good game, and as my dog said, Kendrick is a big reason why I'm gonna be watching the Super Bowl too. I'm hoping it's gonna be a good game as well, but I'm definitely locking into that halftime show. I love SZA too, by the way. That's my girl, so
Oh yeah, she's gonna be there too.
She's a Jets fan, she's rocking Jets jerseys.
I hope she pulls up with a Jets jersey.
I hope she does too. I hope she throws on a Jets jersey and people
A Garrett one specifically.
Yeah, I hope people think it's an Eagles jersey and it's like, no, that's a Jets jersey. What is she?
Yeah.
I hope that's exactly what happens because she is known for repping the Jets publicly, and that's why I love her so much. But yeah, no, it should be a great show. What's the over under when it comes to Drake crashing out on social media? Jeez.
No, I don't think he's gonna crash on social media. I think he's gonna do all his work behind the scenes.
He's gonna drop some songs. That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, it's gonna be something like that.
He's gonna try to get people back. Like he's gonna try to get people to, he's gonna try to brush it under the rug with like an EP or something or an album or something like that.
I don't think he wants to do that though.
We've
already seen that Kendrick does not know how to chill. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. It was like Drake was throwing out one song and Kendrick was over there throwing out multiple songs. I wouldn't throw one out. If I was Drake, I'm like, don't do that one.
No.
Don't reawake the beast.
It's gonna be some stuff. There's gonna be some stuff that like redirects the energy. He's not gonna drop no diss song. He'll probably drop like a throwback, Lover Boy, Drake stuff. That Valentine's Day coming up. Valentine's Day.
Very, very careful about the wording because if Kendrick even thinks it's a diss track or like thinks it's directed towards him, he's gonna awake the beast. Don't awake the beast, man. Don't awake the beast. Like, make sure it's a Lover Boy song.
Yeah, he has to stay down that lane. Stay in that lane. If it's one bar that says anything related to Kendrick, it's wartime. It's wartime again.
Yeah.
And I mean, Drake is already, honestly, to me, he's already dead at this point. I mean, the man won 5 Grammys off of a diss song about you. Everybody at the Grammys was screaming A minor.
Yeah,
that's literally insane.
He's still never maybe I'm wrong, but I don't recall Drake ever just saying, "Hey, that's not true." No one ever addresses that part.
He tried to kind of address it in a diss song, but he didn't really. He was just like,
he never really just he could have easily just went on Instagram and been like, "That's a lie."
that's a lie. Yeah, he just kind of sucked in it,
man.
and then tried to make up lies about Kendrick. Like that was the weird part of that whole thing. I'm like, you're not denying any of this stuff, buddy. Like,
That's the only reason why I say Kendrick really did win that, because it's you can't even be like, nah, I ain't do that. You I can't even defend myself because he's right.
Yeah, it's like, it's like Drake was talking about Kendrick's wife and stuff, and then Kendrick literally drops a video with him and his wife dancing in the living room. Okay, that's not true. They're good. He just showed us, and so Drake, you lost, buddy. You lost. That's a big L, and the L is gonna get even bigger at halftime. And like I said, I think he's gonna drop some stuff shortly after the Super Bowl, but just relax. Kendrick got it right now. He just got 5 Grammys off of because you wanted to.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk a little bit too much, and now you got him 5 Grammys. That's ain't nobody talking about your diss tracks anymore.
Yeah, real quick, just before we get off, I just want to shout out my man J. Cole.
Yo, yeah.
Sometimes you gotta know when to stay out of shit.
Hey, man.
That apology came so quick. And
sometimes
at the time,
you gotta bow out.
He was all like, "Oh, J. Cole, how you doing this?"
Yeah.
Why? I see it.
He knew.
I see it.
He knew.
Yeah,
he knew. He has a third eye. He saw this. He saw this coming, and he even deleted the song where he rapped, where he dissed.
Yeah, honestly, and everyone was calling him out for that. Like, oh, that's some big. Nah, sometimes you gotta know when to play your cards. Sometimes you gotta know when to butt out.
Yeah. That's very humble of him. That's J. Cole is, in my top 3. Just because of his human aspect. All right. So yeah, shout out J. Cole. Shout out Jermaine. Shout out Jermaine. But appreciate y'all locking in with us. We will be back after the Super Bowl talking draft, talking the future. Yeah. Talking
some, front office hires. More. I know Mugi is currently making his own front office, so we should be able to talk a little bit more about that.
Good. Yep, absolutely. Front office, draft coming up. It should be an exciting time going forward. We might hit a little gray area, but we're gonna keep
know
on.
More about Rodgers, well, maybe not next week, but in the coming weeks.
Oh yeah. Rodgers, yeah. That man's gonna be back. I'm claiming that. Claiming it. But we'll get into that in the next few weeks. But appreciate y'all rocking with us. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Don't lose too much money. And we will see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Into the air, into the end zone. Oh, man. Wow.